Hey fam, it's me Aaron, a comic show, new comics now in the new year. This week we got Adventure Time, we got some creator-owned books, we got a couple new Marvel Nows, and even some DCs. Boom's Adventure Time Fionna Cake #1 is out by writer and artist Natasha Allegri, who is the creator of the character. This is a Rule 63 type of thing where all the men are women, all the women are men. So Finn is Fionna, and Marshall-Leen is Marshall Lee, a male vampire. The Ice Queen is, of course, the Ice King. And this has two stories, both very cute, very funny. She has to pick through a bunch of swords, including a kitty litter sword that, no, does not have poop on it. And it's just pure fun. If you like that episode of Adventure Time, you're going to love this issue, and you're going to love this entire miniseries. And we have a Phantom variant of it, which is a cover exclusive to our stores, and a few other great stores that really want to give it a big push. Image's Great Pacific #3 by Joe Harris is out this week, and we didn't get issue 2. We were getting replacements. We got shorted it. It was the Phantom variant, and we didn't get it. I read it. I loved it. I'll have more issues for my people, but issue 3's out. We also have a Phantom variant because we're doing a big push for this. We think this is a truly unique concept of the Great Pacific trash heap that's the size of, 2 Texases. And our main character, he's named it New Texas and claimed it for himself. But there is this kind of mutant octopus that wants to pull him under and, maybe tentacle rape him. I'm not sure. But it's a pretty awesome new series that is kind of a billionaire industrialist that wants to be a hero by fighting the trash that billionaire industrialists created, as opposed to just fighting supervillains or criminals. And issue 4 has a homage cover that's the Phantom variant of Why the Last Man #1. So they're obviously trying to make parallels from this series to Why the Last Man. And the homage cover has him crouched down with a 2-headed seagull on his shoulder and the tentacle wrapped around his leg. I mean, this book is a truly unique book that's creator-owned that is environmentally sound. Image's FATALE Volume 2 Devil's Business is out this week by Brubaker and Phillips. And it continues the story. This is in 1970s LA, and it has a very helter-skelter type of feel to it. It's the horror noir that you love, and it's just progressing quite awesomely, and dovetails back to things from the very first issue. And if you like it, get issue 11, which is conveniently out this same week. Awesome. Continue reading FATALE. Support creator-owned books. Image's Invincible 99 is out this week by Robert Kirkman, of course, and it's the countdown to issue 100, which is, 3 weeks from now or so, maybe 4 weeks. This book is insane. I mean, for one, there's a crazy dinosaur trying to destroy the world, and he was a villain of Invincible that Invincible decided, since he's this crazy scientific genius, he should use his genius to help the world. And it was this type of moment, it's like, he's a new generation of thinkers. He's this young hero that's thinking outside the box, and he can use his villains for good. And, the dude does some crazy stuff. He's still crazy. Yes, the dinosaur's a genius, but he wants to flood the world to destroy all the coastal regions, which are where all the rich snobs live, and then it will make it so that the world can be better. And basically, I think this is a cautionary tale to say, hey, don't change things up. The old ways kind of work, or at least they work to maintain the status quo. And isn't that what superheroes are always supposed to do, is maintain the status quo? I mean, they're not revolutionaries. Yay! My Little Pony #2 is out by IDW, and it's Katie Cook and Andy Price. And if you read issue 1, you know they are killing it. This feels like the show, but it amps up some of the elements that bronies like myself, older people, not young girls, like about it. And it seems a little bit darker. There's these kind of zombie changelings, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders have been kidnapped. And this issue feels a little bit like Dora the Explorer. They have to, there's a map, you got to have your map, and they have to go through the Appalachian Mountains, through the Forest of Leota, and then to the Changeling Kingdom to save the Cutie Mark Crusaders from Queen Crystallis. And if any of that excited you, get this book. It's a lot of fun for bronies everywhere. Marvel now has Morbius, the Living Vampire #1 by Joe Keaton and Richard Elson on art. and you've seen him from Spider-Man. Everyone's hating on Spider-Man now, so you've had to see that. It was in 698 he broke free, and in 699.1 you got all of his origin. Well, now he's free, he's in Manhattan. Old Bum tells him, put on these old bum clothes instead of those prison garbs and go to Brownsville, because apparently Brownsville is a part of New York City that the superheroes never go to. This book felt like more of a vampire horror thing than anything remotely superhero, except for the old trope of like, I'm going to save my part of town from the bad guy varmints that are, a gang of multiracial people, because you never have like actual gangs like, hey, we're skinheads and whatever. It was fun, and I love Joe Keaton. He is a great guy, a great writer, Eisner winner. Yes, it was for editing, but still, his book Glory is phenomenal, and I think he's going places. If you are interested at all in this living vampire book, I think you will be very satisfied with what's on the pages. Marvel Now's New Avengers #1 is the biggest book of this week, in my opinion. It's Hickman and Epting back together, doing some awesome stuff, and this is essentially, and don't be afraid, it's a Black Panther book. Yes, it's the Avengers, but it's a Black Panther book. Black Panther's on every page, and in the last couple pages, he's actually narrating it in first person, even though he might not show up on the pages. This is a team book, but it's very much Black Panther's team. He was a guy that walked away from the Illuminati back in the day, back before Civil War and all this, but he said, you get this many super powerful people together to make decisions for everyone. Yeah, that's pretentious, but what happens when you disagree? Because you're going to disagree, and you're all super powerful. This is crazy stuff. This reason he's bringing people together is there's worlds-threatening things going on, threatening multiple worlds. And he's putting together these guys that run everything. Even Namor, who he calls the devil, who attacked his kingdom in A vs. X. You have Cap and Iron Man. You have Doctor Strange, Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt, and we're told that Beast is going to be there in place of the dead Professor X. Spoiler, he died a long time ago. It was several months ago. But anyway, this book, what I like so much about it, not just the political aspect of Black Panther, not just the conspiracy type stuff that Hickman does so well, is the solid difference between New Avengers and Avengers. In the past, Bendis wrote both books, and one was like supposed to be more street level, but of course you have the Avengers, they're not always dealing with street level stuff, and there was so much overlap of the teammates with Spider-Man and Wolverine on both teams, Hawkeye on both teams, whatever. This is a solid difference. This is the Illuminati tackling huge world-threatening events, and the Avengers is whatever the Avengers is. Totally different tasks, team on different tasks, even though it's still written by Hickman. And yeah, Cap and Iron Man are, of course, on both teams. I think you should check it out. DC's Talon #3 by Snyder, Tinian 4, and Lincoln March is out, and it's Calvin Rose, and he's taken the fight to the Talons, to the Court of Owls. And as he's an escape artist who's escaped the Talons, it's kind of cool this issue where he's put together his own band of escapees from other things in the DC universe, like the League of Assassins or the Basilics, the revamped Cobra. And it's fun. I do see some people saying that this is a slow build and whatnot, but Snyder is like that a lot in the first arc of his books. I mean, look at Batman. Here's what I want to see Talon do. This is all fine, set it up, have him out of his element attacking the Court of Owls. Next story arc, have Owlman, the whole guy like Bruce Wayne Jr., the Owlman, attacking our guy Talon, Calvin Rose, and having him being an escape artist, escaping to Batman and going to Batman, and have the third story arc, boom, Batman, Talon, fighting the Court of Owls, and Owlman, epic, awesome, big crossover. So, that's what I want. DC's Teen Titans 15's out. Yeah, this is like probably the first time I've mentioned Teen Titans. Well, it's the Death of the Family tie-in with that whole overcover with Red Robin on, Tim Drake underneath. Woohoo. This has Joker kind of being like Clue Master, Riddler, giving clues to the Teen Titans and doing mind games with Tim Drake. Like, does he know? Does he not know? Blah, blah, blah. But Joker's plan, when it's finally kind of revealed, is pretty cool. It has pretty cool payoff, how it involves Kid Flash and all this stuff with the Teen Titans in Gotham. So you got that. And then if you were reading Red Hood, and you got that, 2 weeks ago, you pretty much should pick this up because that's the same last page. I'm spoiling the last page for you because it's the same freaking last page. They're like, hey, the last page of Red Hood is hey, it's the Teen Titans, and the last page of this is like, hey, it's Arsenal and Starfire. Woohoo! If you're liking the Joker books and you've liked the other tie-ins, you'll like this. But I want the payoff. I'm to the point with it in every crossover where I'm ready for the payoff. I'm ready. I don't want to. You know what I'm talking about. When you're just ready for it to unload, I'm ready for the climax. And DC's Green Lantern Volume 2 is out in hardcover. It's Revenge of the Black Hand. It's Jeff Johns, Doug Mack, and EVS is in it too. He did the annual that's collected there. And this is essentially Black Hand Strikes Back. It's, the whole buddy cop thing of Sinestro and Hal, and then Black Hand comes and ruins everything. So if you were reading Green Lantern and you like the Sinestro Hal thing, that continues. If you read Blackest Night and you want to see the Revenge of Black Hand, this is the volume for you. So check it out. Thanks for watching this video. Give us some feedback. We're trying some new things. Click subscribe, leave some comments. If you're going to do a thumbs down, tell me why. I want to know. And, share it on Facebook. We'll give someone all the books I talk about. Thanks. Bye-bye.